What's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. CRK here, coming back at you with a really cool video. And in this one, we're going to be talking about silver pickups. So, in today's episode, I actually have a few cool coins. They're not all actually from the what you would call the constitutional silver bin or the coal bin. And then, of course, as always, I do have a nice coin that I picked up from the coal bin as well. So I've got a total of 3 cool coins that we're going to go over today. We're going to go ahead and kick it right off, probably with, let's start off with the half dollars. And that's going to be, let's see here. Boom, 1963 Benji. So in this one here, as you can see, this is not I guess this wasn't something that they necessarily deemed a coal half dollar or anything like that. This was more of a coin that they, I guess, considered mint state actually. So that was actually pretty cool for me to be able to pick this up for 14 bucks. Let's go ahead and try to zoom in a little bit here. And it's kind of it's not a bad coin at all, but it's actually kind of interesting that this would have picked up mint state, just because the small gash that it has up here on the actual, on the forehead up here. But it's still a great coin nonetheless, and I will have to say, excuse me, bear with me while I try to get over this sore throat and kind of cough that I have. But this is a great coin. I thought the luster was unique. You might see kind of like the browning up here. I'm not sure what that might be. But, the toning is nice to me. I was like, hey, you know what? For 14 bucks, it may or may not be mint state just based off of their evaluation. Who am I to argue with that, right? I'm just, I like to consider myself a novice all the time. So let's go ahead and flip this over. Of course, my beautiful doctor handwriting over here. So Philly mint mark, if I'm not mistaken. And this has a mintage of about 22,164,000. Again, excuse me. So you can see here on this side too, it's kind of got that same toning. So it is kind of more of an off toning, but I do see the nice radiance in the background, the nice, original mint state that they could be, saying that it has. So it was an all around great coin. What I liked about this one was that in 63, at the I want to say at the Philly mint mark, this was about 22 million. But I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the only other one that was minted, I think it was at the Denver mint mark, and that one was about 3 times as many as this. So I thought this was a nice, more of a end of series kind of. This was one of the last years that this coin was minted. And I thought it was pretty cool that this was 1/3 almost the mintage as the same year other mint. So that's kind of why I picked this one up here. And again, I'm nobody to argue with this. So nice, cool coin all around. And I kind of appreciate that little slight bit of rainbow toning down here on Godwe. So that was pretty cool as well. So this is the first one. Guys, and I'm really pumped because I just really liked all of the coins I picked up recently. But I do have to say, man, is the price of silver jumping. I'm sure price of gold is too. I'm not quite there yet. But if you guys have been paying attention at all, I've been picking up silver since it was like 18 something a piece for, $1 face value in the, in the coal bin, if you will. And more recently, I'm actually picking it up at, 25, 26 bucks, $27. So, I'll have to shock you guys with what I picked up, the large dollar with in a little while. But showing up next on our scale here is another cool one. Boom, we've got a 1939. And this one here, I'll let you guys take a stab at what I paid for it before I fully reveal that. If I'm not mistaken, this is also going to be a Philly mint mark. And of course, you can see that wear on the body, which is typical. But again, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I like, if you can see the face here, I really like it and I appreciate the coin. And I think it still holds, most of its value. Not all of it, of course, because that's what you buy mint state coins for and all that stuff. Nice luster in the background too. I'm not sure if that's just the toning. But it's really nice overall. I like the condition of this coin. 1939. This one here, we're looking at 6,812,000 of these minted in 1939 at the Philly branch. Let's go ahead and reveal what I paid for it. Boom, 12 bucks. So I don't know if that's typical for you guys to see these at about 12 bucks. I think it's a steal. You know, it's, I guess at the end of the day, it's 24 times what the original value is, but you know, this is also 2023 now. So who am I to judge, you know, a coin that's almost 100 years old, you know, with, I think, great characteristics throughout. You still have the nice kind of sun here. You can still see most of the lines on the dress here. So I like all of the characteristics of this coin, and I think it was a great buy. Again, Philly mint mark there, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see any mint marks. 6,812,000 of these, so overall, great coin. Even on the eagle, you can see most of the feathers, even throughout just the different, you know, partitions of the eagle. So small details here on the face, not the greatest, but again, still, who am I to argue? And I really like picking up Walking Liberties over Benjis, as sad as that may sound. And really, it's just because of people that I've talked to say that these are a lot harder. These are getting a lot harder to find than these. Of course, not investment advice at all or anything like that, just my personal opinion and what I've heard, you know, speaking with people, that these are a lot harder to find recently than these. So definitely try to pick up whatever Walking Liberties I can, especially if I catch a good deal on them. So boom, we've got those two. And then for perspective, actually, before I let these go, I paid, okay, with tax, let's do pre-tax, because that kind of levels out the playing field for everybody, depending, you know, not non-depending on where you live. Pre-tax, I paid for this face value exactly 25 bucks, okay? So I picked these up at about $12.50 each, and I think that might have been 1 to 2 weeks ago. Actually, let me, if you guys don't mind, let me just pull out the receipt here. Let's get really down to the nitty-gritty of when I bought these. So I paid this, actually, wow, this was a while ago, actually, a few weeks ago. 11/22/22. So in November, which would basically end up being what, November 22nd would be about 5 weeks ago, I paid about 25 bucks. Well, I did pay 25 bucks. So I paid 25 bucks November 22nd for these, right? And this is kind of a, for me, it's, I mean, it's not a shocker, but it kind of is, because it's been happening fast. For the large dollar I'm about to show you, and that large dollar, I picked it up today. Instead of 25 bucks for face value, I paid, what'd I pay? I paid $27.91. I'm not sure actually why these are, I'm just now thinking about it too. It doesn't really make too much sense why these have dollar amounts on them, but the receipt says something else. So I'm just going to double check that real quick to make sure I didn't mess up any envelopes. Let's see. Yeah, this just says raw coin lot. I'm not sure why it says that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the 2 coins for 25 bucks. So I don't know if they gave me a deal or what the heck happened there. I you know, I very well could have messed this up. Let's see. Did I mess it up? Not looking that great. Oh no, yeah, I think that it, yeah, I think it should be fine. So I don't know what happened there, because 12 and 14 is what, 26? So I don't know what happened. 25, 26, maybe they just gave me a little dollar discount, you know, for being a repeat client all the time, trying to go in there every other week or so. But let's get right into the third and final coin, and it's probably my favorite of the 3, just because it's a large dollar coin. Boom. 1922 peace dollar. And this one I almost didn't pick it up today. I didn't want to say, you know, I got sloppy seconds or anything, but it was the only coin they had. It was the only large dollar coin they had in their coal bin, and it definitely has seen some circulation. I didn't really appreciate that it had all of this up here. I'm not sure what that gunk is. We're gonna leave it, just, you know, just because what's the point of, you know, messing with the coin. But the reason I took it is because it is actually a 22S. And if you guys know anything about the 22S, is that, you know, it is a lower mintage, is what I did appreciate about this coin. So the 22 regular, I think, was about 50 million, right around there, for the 22 Philly. Yeah, 22 Philly is 51,737,000, which is a ton of coins. But this one, 1922S, 17,475,000. So again, I saw some value here. Once you kind of start chopping those numbers down, I think it really makes sense, you know, to hold on to the S and even the D mint mark. The D mint mark is about 15 million or so. So even more so less than the San Francisco mint mark. So the D and the S 1922 are coins that I'm going to try to hold on for as long as I can. Even these here that have seen, you know, greater circulation throughout, still a nice coin, pretty solid. It does have some wear on the rim, of course, but I think we can all agree that the peace dollars were notorious for, you know, of course, sitting higher and, you know, being more of an easy coin to wear throughout. So still overall good design. It definitely, I don't know what this coin went through, but it definitely went through the ringer. So it's not one that I'm going to be able to command a huge premium when I go to sell it, of course, but it's still a nice coin. And again, it was pretty much the only coin they had today. I could have left empty-handed. It wasn't like, oh man, I took it because it was the only coin they had, but I did appreciate a few aspects of this coin, especially the lower mintage. So those are the 3 coins I picked up today, guys. Well, I guess not today, that I'm making a video of today. These I picked up November, and this one I picked up today. And then again on this one here, before tax, $27.91. So silver is jumping, and it's weekly now. So every time I go in there, I think we went from like 23 to 24 to 25, and then today it was like 27, 28 bucks. So $27.91 is kind of insane. You would think that I'm like kind of mad or, you know, upset that silver is jumping and I'm buying at these higher premiums, but really it just makes me feel more solid in my investments, my personal investments. Again, not to be construed as investment advice, but it does make me feel better that as I continue to buy and hold, these things are going up in value, and there is some kind of hope for silver long term, you know, as it was tanking this time last year or whatever it was. That started to really hurt, but it's nice to see these going up 28 bucks almost. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick screen grab of this, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.